What is up YouTube, and welcome back to a new video on my channel. So a few days ago I got asked if I could show all of my settings in Rocket League. So I was like, yeah, of course I can do that, and why not when I do that just make a general guiding line on what settings could do to you. So I'm here to show you guys my settings and what things you could do a little bit different, just give you a basic general line. So now we're here on my settings. For the gameplay, I personally use unlimited boost in free play, so of course if you don't want it, you can always turn it off. So further on, the rest of these settings don't really make a big difference in my opinion. They're all just like, for me, standard. But the real thing why you probably came to this video is the camera settings. So for this camera settings I use a custom, of course, because I use a little bit of every pro. Of course, camera shake off, everyone knows that by now, I hope. Otherwise, check out this video. It gives you the best tip Rocket League has ever seen. No, but seriously, field of view, it kind of like controls the size of the field you see. I would probably say make it between 100 and 110. Because that way you can just see way more of the field. It gives you way more information. If you play like this, for example, yeah, you're not gonna see anything. Like even if it's in ball cam, you just don't see anything. Feels slow as well. So that's why I personally put it on the highest 110. You can just see everything. Feels quick, feels fast. So the camera distance is of course how far the camera is behind your car. Personally I use 270. You could use like between 250 and 290 I would say, because yeah, of course it's again how fast your feel is. But personally, all pros use between. I'm kind of the high end, I think. Between 250 and 280, 90, I think. Okay, the height. The height would be between, I would say, 90 and 110. I personally use 100. Feels good to me. Been used to it for a long time, so that's what I use. The angle, I would say this is kind of what it has to be, like between -2 and -4, and -5 I mean. I personally always use kind of the center one because it just feels great to me. Stiffness, I would say stiffness just has to be 0.4. In my opinion, it has to be this one. Otherwise, it just feels weird, and yeah, this one just feels fast. For people who don't know, this depends on like how far the car looks on your screen when you go to supersonic. Like my car is close to the screen now, and when I go to supersonic, it goes a little bit farther. Some people like actually having it on the most stiffness, like it always is at the same distance, however fast you are going. But this kind of feels like realistic or something. So in my opinion, the swivel speed has to be in the 4 range, like 4-ish, 4.20, 420, 460, something along the lines of that. And the transition speed, in my opinion, this is how fast you are going from ball cam to car cam. So in my opinion, you should have it as high as possible while still making it feel natural to you, because like the highest one is just an instant transition, and that's just not, you can't really pay attention like what you're doing. You gotta get used to the change of the camera. So I personally use 120. No, it was 140. Feels quick, but still pretty good to like check. So the controls different for everyone. I personally only changed the boost to R1 because I like to have it on my pointing finger. Power slide to L1, arrow on L1, and then I changed my, I have arrow right on square to get a little bit more control of my car, and then I got my scoreboard on circle. So for the steering sensitivity, it's all personal preference. I personally use a pretty high steering sensitivity. Most pros use around 1 or something, around 1.3 or something. I personally like to use 2.3. Controller dead zone, I would have it around 0.05 or 0.1, because underneath this you sometimes have the glitch of your camera like doing this without even touching the controller. So I really would at least 1.5, and then at max I would say 0.1. I mean, controller dead zone, personal preference. Some people like to have it a little bit more so that you won't backflip, and I like it on 0.7. Rest of it, yeah, just do you want vibration? I really recommend not to. Push to talk, I never talk. Ball cam mode toggle, that's like, yeah, I would have toggle on. Mouse sensitivity, if you play with mouse, just fuck around with it, honestly. Interface, not that important in my opinion. Video settings, just like the standard. Everyone kind of uses this. Everything on performance, high performance, because yeah, you could get high quality, but this is better for of course your performance. High quality shaders you can turn off and on. I personally have it on just because it looks nice. I don't know. I always have high FPS, so I could do it. Audio, all personal preference, and chat also all personal preference. What would you use? I personally use this. Okay, so that was a little bit of an introduction or guiding line on how to use your camera settings, what camera settings you should choose, and yeah, what you can experience with. Experiment with. I would experiment like in your own style. Not really listen to any pro or anyone. Like, nothing is the best. No camera settings are the best. It's all personal preference. What do you like? What can you play good with? Okay, so that was the video. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. It helps me a lot. If you like my content, you can always check out my Twitch channel. I stream every weekend and try to stream when I can, when I play with my team or something, or when I have a tournament or a scrim. I always stream on Twitch, so make sure to follow that, and also subscribe, like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.